Hi, this is PR Sundar. Welcome to Post Market Report sponsored by Delta.exchange. What a dramatic day. The markets fell for a third day. Uh, Day before yesterday fell to 200 250 point. Yesterday fell 200 250 point. Today again fell 350 point from intraday high to low. Who would have expected Nifty to break 25,000? However, I've been saying for so many weeks that the stock market is a crying baby and the stock market should continue to cry so that in budget we can get some chocolates. But the way it's crying, it is unimaginable. This January may be one of the worst January, if I'm not wrong, compared to any other January without any issue. So if you can remember 2008 January, because of this Lehman Brothers collapse, the Lehman Brothers collapse came actually later in September, but in January itself, our overheating has already happened in our market. And one day Nifty fell 10%. And it was, a very big fall in January. But this time, nothing, for no reason, market is falling. Market has already fallen so much. If you look at the 16 months performance of our market, 16 months we are down about 5-6%, whereas none of the global market is like this. And today, I do not know what some people say. 11 o'clock is the time where the margin call comes. If there is any margin shortage, you have to pump in the money by 11 a.m. and if not, positions will be squared off. So I think that forced square off led to the very, very big fall, especially in Bank Nifty. At least the Nifty has fallen about 300, 350 point from yesterday's closing. The Bank Nifty has fallen more than 1,200 point. Just imagine Bank Nifty falling 1,200 point. I do not know. Yesterday, in my social media, I mentioned that ICICI ADR was lower by more than 5% yesterday. And of course, the results came on Saturday. The Monday was a US market holiday. So, yesterday it was a 2 days of reaction. But even then, a 5% fall is more than what is required. So probably that triggered some kind of a panic in ICICI Bank. So ICICI Bank was actually went to 1,500, came to 1,350. Then before the results, it recovered trading around 1420, 1430 like that. After the results, disappointing result. And now today it came down and broke the 1350. Not only that, HDFC Bank ADR was actually in green yesterday, but here HDFC Bank has also fallen. Today, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, State Bank of India, I think these are the major banks that fell. But I do not know, in the panic, maybe panic or shorting or whatever it is, or margin call, whatever it is. A 1,200 point fall in a single day, that too at the lowest level, it was really, really astonishing. And no wonder the India VIX also shot up more than 10% intraday from the level of 9.1, 9.2. Today it has gone up to 14. So that is more than 50% increase in the volatility index. The option premiums, look at the option premiums in Sensex options. So crazy. And even 2,000, 3,000 point away, it was trading around 10 rupees. 3,000 point is more than 3%, 3.5%. Today morning only I spoke. That is how it trades in US market. Now our market also started trading like that. But at the end of the day, it was okay, not bad. We are down but not out. but intraday volatility was so huge, a fall of nearly 300 points and then recovery of equal recovery and then taking the day's high and then again falling 200 points. It was just too volatile. It was too volatile to handle. I can tell you the reason. Most of the option sellers, they do not want to take positions in the month of February or March because of the budget. So the entire money is actually coming into the short-term trade. And normally what happens, some people, say for example, if I sell 25,000 put option, if the market actually breaks 25,000, I just leave it okay. It doesn't matter if market will recover. If not recovering, I will book the loss. I will sell 25,000 put option in February series. So at least in February, market will recover. So with that conviction, the people will not do anything. But now the problem is that budget can be a make or break. So people don't want to carry positions, rollover positions at any cost for February series. So they have to square up the position. So they had no choice except to put a stop loss and get out. The moment you put stop loss will be hit left, right, and center. And morning, if somebody has sold the call option, market came down 300 point and then shot up 350 point, then all the calls got into losses. But you held on to it at the end of the day, it all came into profit. So it's very, very difficult. For the last few trading sessions, I said, if there is any intraday recovery of more than 100, 150 point, it is time to sell call option. Usually what I do, I sell call options, far out of the money, maybe in February series or March series. So that is how I do it. But now, like we don't want to carry positions for the budget. So that's making things very, very difficult. So I was telling my friend, the market will find a way to trap you and to make you losses. So that is what exactly happened today. Today, except one minor index, all major indexes are down. And mid cap, small cap, next 50, everything was down. And all the sectoral indices, IT, pharma, banks, no need to say. The bank Nifty is the one. At some point of time, Nifty was trading in green, but bank Nifty was trading 400 point in minus. So that is why I did not cut the call options, because I thought, let the bank Nifty recover, then I will cut my call options. So anyway, so very, very tough day. And we have how many more days? We have only 3 more days. Right? Today is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Tuesday. Monday is a holiday. So I can tell you, if the markets are really very, very bad, the last 3 days will be even more worse. Right? So expect this volatility to continue until the end of the expiry. And maybe the first trading session, we can hope for some kind of a recovery. That has been the trend for the last few months. First trading session, give a very, very optimistic, bullish view. Then after that, go higher for 1 or 2 days. After that, hammering starts. That hammering, nobody expected this kind of hammering. Nifty has fallen 1,500 points in the last 12 trading sessions. To add fuel to the fire, the global cues are not good. Currency depreciating. I think 1 year before, currency, $1 US was around 82 rupees. Now it has come to 91.67, I think. Close to 92 rupees. So this kind of depreciation will only add panic to the market. FIIs continue to sell. So what they need, number one, they need some clarity in taxation. Maybe I can talk about this later. Vodafone Idea getting income tax notice for 20, AGR notice for 20,000 crore. and some other funds also getting 14,500 crore notice. So every foreign entity receiving for 20,000 crore notice, 25,000 crore notice. People, they get fed up, and they think that why should we invest in India? Why not? We have many more countries to invest, right? I really don't know. I'm a common man. Okay, AGR is something that these telecom companies had to pay to the government, and the government should have asked them to pay in the beginning itself. Why you wait for 10 years and so that the total amount become 20,000 crore, 30,000 crore, then you send a notice, you pay 20,000 crore, right? And if they know that they are supposed to pay, they would have increased the price, in order to pay that due. But probably the government did not ask, so that they thought they don't have to pay. So probably that is the reason why they offered the services at a cheaper price. Now they don't have the money. At least if somebody is having money, you are asking them to pay is okay. If they don't have the money, then you say you still have to pay. Otherwise, you transfer the equity to the government. Then the government become an equity investor, right? All these things, it doesn't go well with the global community. One of the biggest positive thing for India is that India is a democratic country. So that's why the large amount of money is flowing. But if the democracy should, act as a true democracy, sometimes, the people tend to believe that this is a dressed up democracy. So if they tend to think like that, so this is what is going to happen. Exactly 1 year before, finance minister said, FIIs may come and go. Retail people will act as a shock absorbers. So because the finance minister said retail people are the shock absorbers, FIIs are keep on giving shocks. And the day finance minister spoke this statement, the FII from there until now, in 1 year time, FIIs have sold more than 6 lakh crore. And currency depreciated by about 10%. All right. So what else you want? But of course, we cannot say this is the finance minister's statement is the only reason for all these things. But there can be other things like Trump tariff and this and that. But the point here is that, from 2024 high, and despite the Trump and all the global markets, they were up anywhere from 10 to 40, 50% higher. Why only we have to be down? We are down 5-6%. In Indian rupee term, in dollar terms, we are down by 15-20%. And that is only the large cap. You look at the small caps and mid caps, which are bleeding. So one thing is very, very clear. Unless government acts, proactively, do something really drastic related to the budget, related to the stock market in the budget, this market is not going to recover. And I tell you my dream, right? Yesterday night I could not sleep. Just now afternoon I was sleeping. I tell you what the dream came. The finance minister come and announces, number one, STT is abolished because it's not fair because, earlier there was no capital gain tax. Now the capital gain tax is there. So STT is completely abolished. And number two, short-term capital gain tax has been reduced from 20% to 10% in order to encourage the long-term investment. Right? If anybody do SIP continuously for 3 years, the return is non-taxable. And anybody holding more than 5 years, a very, very long-term can be called it as a super long-term. That capital gain tax will be zero. And then also another important announcement. So India has actually stopped buying crude oil from Russia. And then now India assures the global community that we will not buy Russian crude oil. So therefore, we request United States of America to reduce the tariff from 50% to 25%. Just imagine if finance minister speaks like this, then only the market can recover. Otherwise, this market is going to be very, very difficult. And, it's not falling straight away. At least, falling straight away, people can keep on selling call options. But there are intraday spikes. In fact, yesterday was the only day there was no intraday spike. Otherwise, every day 200, 250 point intraday spike. But uniformly, those spikes are sold into. So FII data is still not out. So we will see what's going to happen. But I'm sure there should be sellers only. There is no reason for them to buy. Let us hope 25,000 at least is defended for next 3 trading sessions. No need to talk about the open interest, this and that. As I told you, 25,000 to 25,500 is going to be the range for the next few trading sessions. But today itself, the 25,000 is broken intraday, but recovered and closed well above that. So my expectation is that 25,000 to 25,500 for the next 3 trading sessions. Meanwhile, the US futures were trading very, very firmly positive, but now opening time is coming, another 1.5 hours, and now that started retreating. So just like India, US is also, because probably, some positive talk was expected from Trump, but there is nothing has happened. So US market is also going to be very, very difficult. The way Trump is going, who knows, sooner or later, the entire global community may come together to tackle Trump. So that possibility is there. But anyway, it's a geopolitical tension, absolute, uncertainty. And you look at the way the gold and silver going up. So that shows that this uncertainty is not going to come down anytime soon. So anyway, so let us see what's going to happen tomorrow. It's very, very stressful day today. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you for watching.